President Gebhardt vowed to root out corruption, and we are yet to see evidence of this. The director of the African Labour and Human Rights Centre, Maletzky, shared his views on the lack of progress made in this regard.
Given the current economic setup in the Republic of Namibia, the most shocking events that unfolded in the Republic of Namibia are that from the promises of tackling corruption head-on, nothing has actually happened. We have the money, we have the capital infrastructure available to arrest and detain corruption once and for all. But the political willpower is lacking. What is it that our president fears most with his top lieutenants to arrest and detain corruption? Now, we have the answer to this question. We know for a fact that if you live in a glass house, you cannot throw stones. And unfortunately, you know, our president lives in a glass house. I give the Honorable President Hage Geingob all the credits that he's due to, but that is due to him. But fact remains, he lives in a glass house. What other plausible reason is there why no senior cabinet minister was arrested? No former president was arrested. There was no meaningful prosecution instituted against any senior functionary within the SWAPO government. Given the rampant corruption that this country suffers, could you give me one plausible reason why over the past 28 years you have never heard of any senior functionary of the SWAPO government, retired or within the present government structures, arrested and detained? We hear this in South Africa. We hear of ministers that were dismissed. We hear of ministers that are taken to task. We hear of a president that is appearing in court. But in Namibia, what is happening? One of the primary support bases of corruption in Namibia is the fact that we don't have sufficient checks and balances in this country. Unlike in South Africa, where Durban is keeping an eye on Johannesburg, and Johannesburg is keeping an eye on Cape Town, and Cape Town is keeping an eye on Bloemfontein. Everything in Namibia revolves around Windhoek. When the mafia in Windhoek decides that A will be the consequence of B, you don't have a Walvis Bay that challenges it. You don't have another power base that takes issue with it. It is a done deal when one power base in Windhoek decides on a specific avenue.